Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for three 3-minute rounds and is a catch-weight fight at 165 pounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, standing in at 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 169 pounds, and representing Team Davis from Idaho Falls, Idaho. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Jeremiah Steele. And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the blue corner, standing in at 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighs in at 171 pounds, and he represents Team No Excuse from Marsing, Idaho. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Austin Holy Roller Glenn. Our referee for this match is Mr. Rulin Day.
Intensity from Austin Glenn. We're about to see if this one's going to pay off right here. Jeremiah Steele back from Front Street Fights 1, so it's been a little over a year, and we welcome him back, and we are underway.
Austin raided his girlfriend's closet to come to this fight. Double underhooks.
And they are right here in front of us.
Double underhooks. Nice.
Great sweep there for Austin, but gives up the position a little bit, and now he's on his back.
Jeremiah's doing the right thing, but Austin has a triangle. He just needs to escape his hip out to the right and clear his arm to the left to get that triangle.
Now, I'm not sure if he necessarily raided his girlfriend's closet or if we're having a flashback to the 80s night and a little tribute to Def Leppard there.
Yeah. No, he's doing the right thing, but he needs a turn. He being Austin needs to turn his head, get his head out of the cage, because that stifles his hips, makes his spine bent, and it nullifies that triangle. So Jeremiah's doing the right thing.
Just kind of holding still, making Austin work for it. A couple hard body shots to the right there. As we are 1 minute into round number 1 between Jeremiah Steele and Austin Glenn. Jeremiah definitely the aggressor early going on.
I would encourage Austin to even try no plata right now, which is a shoulder lock using the legs. That's available, but he needs to get his head out of the edge of the ring right there of the cage.
And again, neither fighter looking like they have their opponent in any questionable position at this point.
Now he's trying a TP choke. So Austin's trying what's called a TP choke, diamond choke, and he's putting pressure on the side of the neck.
Hard body slam there from Jeremiah Steele, trying to counter that hold.
That looks good, but that doesn't really do much. In fact, a lot of times, that actually tightens a choke, as we saw with Cesar Scalavos.
And if you're wondering, yes, Mitch Coates is the MMA hold encyclopedia. He's actually got a Rolodex. You guys can't see it here, but he's got a Rolodex sitting right beside him.
Triangle is starting to come in, yeah.
Then it kind of flips through.
Or I've just been doing it since I was 5 years old.
That helps too.
Austin needs to get up off his back.
Austin in a tough position right here, taking a series of hard left hands, giving the thumbs up. Jeremiah Steele, tenacious with these fists, just not letting them stop. Headshots, body shots, Austin rolling through it once again. And we saw this back at Front Street Fights 5. Austin Glenn able to come back from a really precarious position to pull off a victory.
Just when you think you count him out, you can't. And so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. Just like that.
No, you talk because I need to keep my mouth shut.
His back was taken, and he had the choke not totally buried, but this is a bad position right here. I'm not
And he was
lie.
just in that one, but got out of it again. And as you mentioned, never count Austin Glenn out until the fight's over or he's asleep.
What I wonder is what he was trying to tell to the ref rule on is, maybe he got hit illegally or maybe the back of the head, and he was kind of complaining about that.
He's able to get.
Now he's on top in the open guard, and so we'll see if Jeremiah can pull something out with 10 seconds. Obviously.
Yeah, wow, what a first round that was between Jeremiah Steele and Austin Glenn. Again, the biggest thing to me that stands out from that first round just happened. You can't count out Austin Glenn. Just to me, I thought the fight was coming.
Exactly. No. Austin's a super tough kid.
And you see it right here. Hard lefts to the gut there.
Right there, he's looking at the ref. Maybe he's complaining about a legal blow to the back of the head, which potentially could have happened. But, he just
again, looks like he was trying to get Roland's attention there.
Right.
Able to roll through, though.
Right. And, it's so unorthodox. You give the guy your back, and you give him a choke, and you escape. So, like I said, he just defies all logic. But
he truly does.
But he's successful. You know, I joke about those spats that he's wearing,
Yeah.
but you know, that actually does give you an advantage, because if you're going to do some grappling, that will actually cause friction and give you an advantage, you know, that the other guy doesn't have because of bare skin contact. So if he's going for triangles, it could actually potentially help, or arm bars.
And there's, to my knowledge, nothing in the rule books against that.
Well, I think in some other organizations, I don't think in Idaho's rules there's rules against it, but I know you couldn't do that in the UFC, for example.
And we are
Nice
underway
left.
in round number 2.
Looks like Jeremiah's coming straight in.
Oh, hard body shot. Jeremiah able to counter it, hold on. Austin tries to take him down, but Jeremiah again capitalizes and gets back position over Austin. Austin trying to roll through again.
Austin needs a turn to his left. Needs a turn. Okay, so now he's mounted, so he needs a bridge. He needs to start putting his feet planted on the ground and really bridging, but not give him your back. However, this is Austin, so you know I don't really know what to say about escaping.
And of course, Austin protecting the head there, not letting those blows by Jeremiah get in.
Now he's back in turtle position.
What?
See, there you go.
What? I've never seen that escape before.
Yeah, you just give the guy the best position, and the guy gets afraid and backs out. Single leg now. Going to look for a trip, or there you go. Nice up kick. See what Jeremiah is going to look to do. See if he can plant some more damage. Now remember, when you're looking to strike the back of the head, you can't technically strike the back of the head. It has to be 1 inch off of the spine, either direction.
Oh, hard hit there.
So either
He's
direction.
looking at him again. He's complaining about the hits, the blows to the back of the head.
Well, there was actually an elbow, which this is amateur, and that's not allowed. So what?
Now, if that continues to happen, is that grounds for disqualification? Is that a judge's decision, ref's decision?
So it's all discretion of the ref, and what the ref will do is he'll stop the action and he'll fine him 1 point for the round.
And if you're talking about ref discretion, if there's one referee in this sport in this state, I would trust it would be Roland Day. Of course, he actually refed and officiated the first ever MMA event in Idaho. And if I remember correctly, he's officiated over 700 fights.
Hard punches. Yeah, Rulon is about as legit as possible. So Jeremiah's getting the better of this round. You know, he's starting to slow the game down, which does not bode well.
Trying to slam Austin's head there with his body. Kind of a smart move there when you don't really have position and there's not much you can do.
When Austin's right here trying to hug, all he's doing is trying to minimize damage. But what that also shows is that he's not escaping.
Gives up the back position again, protecting
Back
the head.
to turtle.
He's going for turtle and escape out the back like he did last time.
So Jeremiah needs to get these underhooks like he has behind the arm. He stretched them out. This is the worst position to be because it's worse than mount.
Taking those side hits, again, close to the back of the head.
It's worse than mount because you cannot see what's coming. So that's why, like we said before, Austin defies all logic because he gives up the worst position and he seems to escape, but he's taken a lot of damage.
You look at these, we're double-digit figures into the headshots he's taken. It doesn't seem to have any effect as we get to the last 10 seconds of round number 2. No quit in Austin Glenn. Also no quit in the tenacity of Jeremiah Steele.
So like I was saying before, Austin, you know, when he turns his head and Jeremiah hits him, that's not an illegal blow, even though where it landed was illegal. Because he turned his head and deflected it, that's actually Austin's bad.
And that's where I'm assuming the ref's decision or ref's discretion is going to come into play,
right,
whether it's an illegal blow or not.
Right. So, but as far as the round goes, I give that 100% to Jeremiah.
Oh, absolutely, no disagreement there.
And honestly, the first round to Jeremiah, unfortunately, even though Austin had some spectacular escapes, he only had spectacular escapes because he was in horrible position, meaning Austin was in bad position. So I give both rounds right now to Jeremiah. Austin needs to pull something out and get the win.
And we've talked about that, and I think Austin would be the first to admit, you know, as he's coming up, only his third amateur fight, a lot of stuff you're cleaning up from fight number 1 to fight number 2 to fight number 3, and I think there has been some improvements, but definitely as a fighter, and no matter you're pro or amateur, always room to grow.
Always room to grow. You know, this is not a good sign for Austin to have his hands on his knees right now.
All right, we'll see how this one gets going.
Even if that's not because he's
nice way to start. Great way to start there. Body kick again by Austin. Jeremiah with the takedown. Pretty much the repeat beginning that we saw for round number 2.
Austin looked a lot slower because he took damage in the last round especially. So he looked a lot slower.
No denying.
He laid that body kick up there and it was sticky. He should have snapped it and popped it. But now you're looking, we'll see if Austin keeps wrist control and tries to set up that triangle like he had in the first round.
And again, just under 2.5 minutes left. Round number 3 between Jeremiah Steele and
Mount.
Austin Glenn.
This is mount. So Jeremiah, once again, has one of the best positions in grappling, mount or back. And he's just going to start laying damage down like he is and making Austin carry his weight. Once again, stretched out.
Back positions, got the hooks in, lets the hooks go. And again, we've seen this before. He's trying to get the hooks back in, lay Austin out, and get those blows going. But still, I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due. Austin's taken about 3,200 blows to the head, and he's still in there, man.
Yeah, Jeremiah is just doing an excellent job. Like I said, I love watching Austin as a fighter, but you know, Jeremiah is playing smart. He's imposing his will, he's imposing his game plan, and he's making Austin carry his weight throughout the fight. Now, third round, you see the effects.
And he's not expending too much energy, too. And again, Austin able to roll out, maybe looking for a heel hook of sorts, not able to get it. But Jeremiah.
Triangle, you look for the triangle right now, because that's one arm in, one arm out. But you're back to what we were happening in the first round, which is his head's crammed against the cage. He can't get his hips out to the left. And, you know, Jeremiah is doing the right thing, nullifying that triangle.
And as we approach 1 minute left, going back to what you're mentioning about the tenacity of Jeremiah
Might get close
Steele.
here, buddy. It might get close. Oh, he lost it. Here's an Americana right here from the bottom. It's unorthodox. A lot of times you'll get a sweep out of it, maybe not
a lot of things about Austin are unorthodox. Right. And then we say that, all joking aside, we say that very seriously. We are down to the final 45 seconds here.
Jeremiah needs to put all of his weight forward on his forearm, so Austin can't bend that. But like I said, it's very hard to get a submission out of that. Sometimes you can get a sweep.
And that could be the fact that Austin's pretty tired that he wasn't able to really lock in the Americana there and put the full pressure.
Yeah, this is the hazard of playing it loose and taking all that damage. Is, you know, later. See, that's
hard.
That's
hard.
Horrible.
Left knee to the left, and another one to the ribcage of Austin Glenn. But again, it's sticking in there as we approach the final 15 seconds.
Austin's
here we go, final
looking
10
for Kimura,
seconds
but
right
it's too
now.
late right now. It's too late. 7 seconds left.
You would almost have to assume at this point, unless
very close.
Unless he can get the tap right here.
If you had more time, he might have pulled that out. But you know what? It looks like I'm going to call it now. It looks like Jeremiah is going to go to a 5-2 record, not a 4-2 now.
It definitely, again, I can't say enough about both of these fighters for 2 different reasons. One, the tenacity and the smarts of Jeremiah Steele, knowing he's got the advantage but not exerting too much energy to try and end the fight. And as you saw Austin there, able to stand through all of that, but at the very end there, kind of getting in with that Americana, looking for a submission, whereas to have Jeremiah probably expended too much energy. I think Austin had a little bit enough reserved in the tank. He probably could have pulled that one out.
Yeah, he might have been able to. You know, it just seemed like, you know, Jeremiah had 6 fights coming in. Austin's had 2. You know, that experience, I think, really helped him in this. And really, he just played just more of a fundamental game. And Jeremiah's unorthodox approach, I think, caught up to him on this one.
And the head of officials, Scott Marker, over delivering the results to the ring announcer, Brent Salberg. Those should be coming up momentarily. And again, after the conclusion of this fight, in just a minute, we are going to step aside for just about 15 minutes to take a break and get ready for a very special tribute as we continue on with Front Street Fight 6.
And look at the difference right here. I mean, look at Jeremiah pacing around. He didn't take the blows. His cardio is good. And not to say Austin's cardio is not good, but he took a lot of shots to the body and to the head. And, you know, and he carried Jeremiah's weight for 3 rounds. So that really takes a toll. You can tell the difference right now in the fighters.
All right, we're going to head inside the cage right now for the official results with Brent Salberg.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to our judges' scorecards for the second straight bout, how about a nice round of applause for these amateurs right here. Again, their fight teams, our matchmaker, Todd Carlson, he's put together some great fights so far. Another great amateur fight here at Front Street Fight 6. Here we go. Judge Howard Hazelbaker had it 30-27. Judge Randy Anderson also had it 30-27, as did our judge Steve French. Unanimous decision for our winner from Idaho Falls, Idaho, Jeremiah Steele.
Congratulations to Jeremiah Steele, improving his record to 5-2. Great display of sportsmanship between those two right there.